Okay, so the Negotiator is the new hot thing. This is the thing that everybody loves, right? It's the ship that we're all trying to get at the moment. And let's kind of go through the basic abilities, because what I want to try to explain here is that I believe the Negotiator is going to be a short meta. And I'm going to try to explain why that is. So first, in order to explain that, we're going to need to understand the way the Negotiator's kit works. So starting off here, the move on Obi-Wan Kenobi, all allies have 25% potency. Galactic Republic allies have plus 25% accuracy. All enemies deal 25% less damage when attacking out of turn. Galactic Republic allies deal 10% more damage for each other ally with Valor, double for Jedi allies. If Anakin Starfire is present at the start of the battle, he gains unending loyalty for 3 turns, and then reinforcements gain critical damage up for 2 turns. Now, where we start getting into the interesting part of the kit is right about here, where on the basic attack is deal physical damage to target enemy and grant target ally critical hit immunity for 2 turns. Now, when you think critical hit immunity, what do you think? You think a counter to Admiral Akbar to the Rebels team. Obviously, people have already discussed this. This is not new information. But what is interesting is that what we have noticed in Arena lately, by lately I mean probably the last 6 months or more, is that every time new things are introduced, it's this concept of we're bringing a new ship or a new character, and that character is going to beat the previous iteration. Okay, so we have Foresight. Oh, Foresight's difficult to deal with. And then there's Can't Be Evaded. Okay, well, Can't Be Evaded is overpowered. So what we're going to do is make people who are like unresistible, who can still get their debuffs off. Okay, well, unresistible is great. So what we're going to do is we're going to make something called Combat Battle Meditation, which makes sure they can't even place debuffs. You see what I mean? Like, they go back and forth on, oh, you can do this. Oh, no, you can't. You can do this. Oh, no, you can't. And they just basically alternate, making a new team, trading off back and forth with whatever mechanic is the one. It's like Fracture's really strong, make it where you can't fracture. Okay, Death Mark's really good. I'm sure it's going to be make it where you can't be Death Marked. Or, something dumb, right? So I think essentially what's happening here is the same concept for Akbar. But more importantly, and the rest of the kit is really, you get into it, and it's like he can't be killed instantly, more critical hit immunity, days for attacking out of turn, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So he's designed to deal with the Admiral Akbar meta. But if you go into Geonosian territory battles, and this is kind of where it gets interesting, and you go to details, and you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, okay, past enemies. I know it takes forever, okay, and you got to go all the way down to allies. And the very first ally that we are going to stumble upon whenever we get here, which at least there's a lot of information in here. There's Negotiator, Endurance, and the first thing we're going to stumble upon under allies is the ally ship, Vulture Droid. So Vulture Droid, now let's look at the way this kit works. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If the target was debuffed, this attack has plus 25% critical damage. This attack does not remove buzz droids. So you start thinking, what is buzz droids? He's got synergy with buzz droids, okay? So then he's got this move, Discord Missile, deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict 3 buzz droids. Buzz droids can't be copied or resisted. And then buzz droids, here's his definition, 0 defense and is always critically hit, lose 1 buzz droid when taking damage. So that's a debuff is what it is. So that's a debuff that goes on somebody. Now, why would they have the wording 0 defense and is always critically hit? Okay, you think about that. Why would they have it with multiple stacks of buzz droids? Well, and with that wording, well, one is now that wording means it's going to override critical hit immunity. So there's critical hit immunity, but now we have is always critically hit. Okay? And now I know you're thinking, oh, this is just an ally, just for platoons now, and I can understand that. But no, I think that it stands to logic that when we get the next territory battle and things flip-flop, we go from unlocking the light side ship, and then we're going to unlock the dark side ship. And obviously, they're not going to want the second ship you will unlock to be worse than the first one you unlock, because no one has any reason to use the second one. So what they do is put out something that counters the Admiral Akbar meta now, and then they put out the Separatist ship that is going to counter the Galactic Republic ships. And I think Vulture Droid, as well as the Buzz Droid mechanic, is a partial answer to that. I don't know if this is giving us the whole picture, but what it does do is show us that they already kind of have in mind some kits for Separatists, and the kits that are available for Separatists that we can see the ones we have seen would be very good against the Negotiator and the way the Galactic Republic kits work. So I suppose the message of this video today, and what I'm kind of recommending at the moment is, I'm loving Geonosian Territory Battle. I'm not too great at it, but I'm enjoying it. But I'm being very, very careful with my currency because the Negotiator is going to be extremely expensive to get, and we're going to take a lot of shards. And we do not know yet if the Negotiator is going to be required when we flip-flop to the other side of Territory Battle. Now, I would assume the Negotiator will be required in order to unlock whatever the dark side one is, but for all we know, the dark side one can come and we just have to buy it with the points as well, okay? And if you're thinking about going full ham on the Galactic Republic squad, it may be meta for a while, and it probably will be pretty good, and maybe even as a B squad. But keep in mind not to overcommit if you really have to stretch for it, because we do have the potential of this Negotiator and all the expense you put into this guy kind of being thrown away when the Separatists come back around. Now, that being said, General Kenobi is extremely useful on many, many, many teams, so you're more than likely going to have him already started up and geared and everything already, so you do get some value in not having to worry about that by the ship. But the prestige and everything, it takes thousands of prestige. I think someone told me it was 3,200. That number sounds about right, but I haven't actually looked it up myself, to fully max out the ship. So if you are, in fact, going to spend everything on the Negotiator and you are currently farming for the prestige, don't stop farming the prestige once you're done, because you're probably going to have to farm it all over again when it comes back around. That being said, since we're talking about the future, also keep an eye out for these clones. You probably want to start picking up the clones if you haven't already. I'm sure the clones are going to be very similar to, the Geonosians on this side of the Territory Battle, and may even be required to get you certain shards. Now, this is just kind of a basic breakdown. Now, if we look into the current ship meta here, I'm going to see if anyone's actually even running it yet. I don't even think anyone has it. But if you look at the current ship meta, it's just all Admiral Akbar. And what's going to happen is all of these people are going to switch right on over to the Negotiator once they eke along and get their points like we're all doing. And this is all going to flop to the Negotiator. And hopefully by the time everyone just finishes 7-starring it, you're already prepared, hoarded for the next row that comes around with the Separatist, and you can be an early adopter. I think that's kind of my strat here, mostly because, honestly, I've been spending a lot of time, developing content for other games, and I have not been doing my battles as much, and so it kind of please me just to think about the idea of mass hoarding at the moment and getting some value out of mass hoarding. This ad break is brought to you by my fat cat snoring. She's the best. Okay, so the last 2 minutes of this is just going to be talking about the channel stuff, kind of an update if you're curious on what's going on with the channel, where we're at, and I don't really want to make an independent video just talking about a channel update, so I'm going to tack it on into this one. So currently what I'm doing on the channel is I'm diversifying. I play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is the #1 thing I do, and I've been playing some Raid Shadow Legends. Recently, you've been seeing more Raid Shadow Legends videos than you have for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I apologize for that. That's strictly because at the moment, there's a lot going on with the community. There's a lot of momentum. There's kind of some big drama type stuff going on there, much like we have had in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community before. So I'm just kind of being involved in that process, talking to people, making videos about it, etc., and that has taken up a good deal of my time. I'm going to try to get back to some more Star Wars Galaxy Heroes guide information, etc. moving forward, as well as continuing to do the other games I play. But in addition, I wanted to let you guys know as well, I have started a Let's Play series, and I've divided it up. If you look at the channel by homepage, you're just going to see all the uploads, then you're going to see Star Wars Galaxy Heroes at the top, Raid Shadow Legends, and then I have Let's Plays the third row if you are interested in those at all. I'm going to be playing a variety of games. Currently, I'm starting with a raft game. It's called Raft, and it's kind of a water world survival run from a shark type of game. I am editing down the footage, so hours are getting edited down to 10 minutes, and it's just kind of short clips of what I'm doing. Relaxing gameplay, not necessarily me screaming into the mic and hyping it up. I'm not going for PewDiePie. I'm just kind of trying to enjoy playing games. So if you have any interest in following me and things outside of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, I'd invite you to check that out, as well as check us out over on the live stream at Twitch, because I have been doing a significant amount of live streams on Twitch, probably either 1 one a day or one every other day. And if you would like to participate in those, I will put the link at the top of the description so you can click, follow on there, and turn notifications on. And every time I go live, you'll be notified so you can come hang out, chat, ask questions, all that. So I want to say thank you guys very much for continuing to support the Star Wars journey. I love you all. Seriously, this has been fun. I can't believe we're at 10,000 subscribers, closing in on 11. I've met so many great people, and I'm having such a good time. So sincerely thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next Star Wars video.